So over a year ago, I moved back into my parents'. The reason, well, it's the same reason many younger people are moving back to their parents. And I'm in my early 40s and moved back to my parents. Yeah. And at first, yeah, it's a blow to the ego. You think like you kind of failed financially, you screwed up, you did something wrong, you feel like society looks down upon you. But I gotta say, it was the best decision I've made in the past few years. Before that, I was renting an apartment, and the problem was I wasn't able to save a lot of money, and any money I was able to save was shortly thrown into, say, like car repairs or some sort of emergency. So you'd save and then it would be sucked away from you. So I had to just bite the bullet and move into my parents' house. And it was a great decision. You know, I do pay them rent. It's significantly lower than living by myself in an apartment. And I'm able to get ahead. I have paid off my debt, all my debts, and I'm building up an emergency savings, and I already have some investments on the side, which is great. So I'm going to build up my emergency savings. Once I get to that goal, I'm going to continue on with investing. But if you're somebody out there who's kind of struggling with this, you know, kind of beating yourself up, thinking you have to have your own place, maybe you want to impress women, and because that was like my thing. I was like, oh, well, you know, I can't bring a girl to my parents' house. And what, you know, how does that come off to women if I just tell them, oh, I live with my parents, you know? Honestly, I come to find out there are some women out there who are quite understanding about that and are willing to overlook that, because some of them do understand that the economy is not in the best shape. So you gotta just let go of your ego, because the money you're gonna save and how much further you're going to get yourself ahead, I think it's worth it. And more younger people are going back to the parents so that they can get ahead. Now, if you're moving back into your parents and you're just mooching off of them and you're not even working, you're doing it wrong. You're doing life wrong. You're definitely doing life wrong. It's fine to go back to your parents, but you gotta have some income coming in, okay? You can't just go in there and just sit on the couch and do nothing. And maybe that's what you're doing and you're okay with that. Well, that's fine then. You know, that's you. That's the way you want to live your life. That's cool. That's not for me. I'm taking this, these, what I imagine might be a few years, and I'm gonna just make the most of it and take advantage. And like currently I work a full-time job and a part-time job, and I'm able to like really do huge chunks of saving, and it's awesome. And it actually feels good because I feel like I'm getting traction finally. So it's been good. Yeah, no one wants to live with their parents. If it was my choice, I wouldn't. And I love my parents, but naturally, instinctually, we're not meant to feel comfortable in that position, but we are in unique times. So if this was like 5 years ago, I would have said, no, find a way, go get your own place. But things are just way too expensive now. Things are just way out of control. So maybe if you're sitting there and you don't want to go to your parents, or maybe it's not go to your parents, or maybe it's, find a situation with some friends where you're all in a house paying rent, and it helps with cutting costs. Whatever you got to do to save money and to get yourself ahead. Those are the times we're living in, and we got to survive in the best way that we can. It's about survival and going from survival to thriving. So that's my plan. That's how I'm feeling. I'm not really the sort of embarrassment about it goes away after a while, and you just realize like, oh, lots of people are in this situation, and there's lots of people out there who own homes or are paying rent right now that have told me they would love to live with their parents for a little while just to catch up. So, brush your ego aside. If this is what you're kind of struggling with, we're all kind of going through it right now. And we got to do what we got to do. You got to survive. You got to be smart. And you got to do what it takes to save money, put money away, get yourself ahead financially. That's all I got today, folks. Take care. God bless.